Hello everyone, this is Xu Xin. I'm from the Busan National University in Korea. It's my pleasure to share my research with you. The subject of my research is the influence of the higher education investment on the regional innovation ability. And the analysis is based on China's 31 provinces, municipalities, and autonomous regions. I hope that my presentation can cut out your interest or just can bring you some inspiration. Okay, this is a general outline for today's presentation. First, I will introduce the purpose and the significance of this research. And then I will briefly summarize the theoretical background and the formal study of my research. In Section 3 and Section 4, I will introduce the research process in detail, the data and the variables of research methods, and the research results will be mentioned. And in Section 5, we will talk about the conclusions and recommendations. Okay, so this is today's general arrangement. Now let's just begin with program. Innovation has become the basic driving force of economic growth and social development, as well as a key factor in mentioning and improving the national sustainability under the increasingly knowledge-driven global economy. China also has increasingly realized the importance of innovation, and a series of measures have been taken to promote innovation ability. For example, the 19th National Congress of Communist Party of China clearly stated that science and technology innovation is a strategic support for improving social productivity and comprehensive national strength. It emphasized the need to adhere to the path of dependent innovation with China's characteristics and implement. Besides, the 13th five-year plan proposed to implement an innovation-driven development strategy. For the same time, education, especially higher education, plays a vital role in the national innovation system. Moreover, university research spending has increased since 2006 with a large number of researchers, reflecting the growing impact of technology on national development. Many of the related studies have confirmed this viewpoint, and many scholars have conducted research on the relationship between education and innovation. For example, according to Frank Knight, education plays a unique role in technological innovation, diffusions, and progress, while acting as a kind of human capital. Nielsen and Phillips believes that education is a key input element of technological innovation. It accelerates the process of technological diffusion and plays an important role in the transformation of knowledge absorption and spiral over in national technological innovation and progress. First, and Paul Benevers concluded that higher education investment has an impact on regional technological innovation with profound significance. Baker and Dennison calculated the positive effect of increasing accumulation on human capital investment in economic growth. Also, some Chinese scholars, such as Lu Yan and Hu Juan, found that the correlation coefficient between higher education development level and regional innovation was as high as 0.949 with a significant positive effect. So, in short, as a in short, as a vital part of education, higher education has played an important role in human capital accumulation, technological progress, and technological innovation. Based on the data of the Chinese provinces, this paper explores the impact of higher education investment on regional innovation capabilities. It conducts an indicator system of regional innovation capabilities from 3 aspects based on the research results of other scholars. And the research questions raised on this basis are as follows. The first is, does education have a significant impact on regional innovation capabilities in the area of China? The second one is, which factor of higher education investment have an important impact on innovation? Okay, in this slide, I will introduce the background literature of my research. First is the literature of regional innovation capabilities. According to the China Regional Innovation Capability Evolution Report of 2003, regional innovation capability is defined as the transformation of knowledge into new processes, new products, and new services in a certain area. It reflects the ability of a region to transform innovation activities into productivities. The theory of region innovation system can be tracked back to Marshall's research on the industrial agglomeration. When industrial clusters create the life of technology and information, enterprise can grow new technological capital and promote the economic development of the national innovation system. The modern representative research is the regional innovation system proposed by the British scholar Cook in 1992. Cook conducted an empirical study based on a detailed analysis on the theory of the national innovation system, and believed that enterprises and other institutions can participate in the interactive learning in an organized manner through an embedded institution environment. And the regional environmental system has a strong potential to ensure the behavior. Porter and Stern defined it as the ability of a country to economy to carry on producing a series of innovations that are economically valuable over a long period of time. Also, the Sternet defined it as the ability to create and commercialize innovative technologies in the long term. And analyzed how R&D investment researchers and the research institutes are distributed in the region and how they undertake the effect. There are also many scholars in China who have put forward their own opinions on regional innovation capability, such as Luo Shougui and Feng Zhen pointed out that a regional innovation system is a network system composed of the subjects related to innovation within a certain region. Among them, enterprises are the main body of innovation. Universities and scientific research institutions are crucial sources of innovation output. Education is an important link in the production, application, and diffusion of knowledge. And the government is a strong guarantee for innovation. Finally, Zhou Yaqing and Zheng Fanghua believe that the regional innovation system is where various factors can promote innovation and development, such as education, science and technology, government, enterprises, capital, and culture interact with each other in the region. Next, I will introduce the literature of higher education investment. In fact, starting from Adam Smith and Aaron Fisher, they have already have realized the economic importance of improving knowledge and the quality of the labor force. Adam Smith regarded the acquired and processed abilities of all residents as a component of capital in his book, The Wealth of Nations. And Frank Knight believes that human capital plays a unique role in technology, innovation, diffusion, and progress. Also, Barnaby and Spiegel believe that human capital can promote technological progress in two ways. One is direct level, reflecting the effect of innovation within the region. The other is indirect level. It's just reflecting the technological diffusion caused by the technological differences between regions. Okay. As in section 3 and section 4, I will expand the discussion from the following three aspects. First is the data and variables of my research. Second is the correlation between higher education investment and regional innovation ability. Certainly is the effect of higher education in investment on regional innovation ability. At first, we will talk about the data and the variables of this research. As everyone knows, regional innovation capability is a very abstract concept. So, how do we generally evaluate a region's regional innovation capability? Actually, there are multiple indicator systems for evaluating regional innovation capabilities. For example, the World Intellectual Property Organization and the Cornell University and the European Institute of Business Administration jointly developed and regularly set the Global Innovation Index as parameter indicator of regional innovation capabilities. In China, Regional Innovation Capability Evolution Report was issued by Chinese Science and Technology Development Strategy Research Group and the University of Chinese Academy of Science. Based on the theory of regional innovation system, the report integrated data from 5 aspects. They are knowledge creation, knowledge acquisition, enterprise innovation, innovation environment, and innovation performance, which provided a more reliable analysis on innovation capabilities of China's provinces. It also focused on the innovation entities such as universities and enterprises, and incorporated the degree of flow on innovation factors among different entities into the evolution system. So this report have more greater influence and recognitions in China. It also it is in this research, we selected the China's Innovation Index from China Regional Innovation Capability Evolution Report as our dependent variable of analysis. Since the comprehensive utility value of the regional innovation capability is in the current year was using the data 2 years ago, so we just use the data of 2018, and the data was as follows. We can see from this the top 5 provinces of innovation is Guangdong, Zhejiang, Jiangsu, Chongqing, and Tianjin. It can also be seen that there is a large gap of various regions of China. Regarding the level of investment of higher education in China, it is difficult to use a single indicator to analyze So this paper comprehensively reflects the indicators and builds a higher education development indicator system on the basis of literature review. In this research, we just constructed a comprehensive value index system to measure education investment level. It contains 4 first-level indicators and 10 second-level indicators. The indicator system is shown in Table 1. As you can see, the 4 first-level indicators is human investment, financial investment, material investment, and the number of universities. To measure the human investment, we just use the 4 second-level indicators, such as number of full-time teachers, number of the R&D personnel, and the proportion of PhD faculty, and the proportion of full-time teachers with deputy senior titles or above. To measure the financial investment, we just use the 3 second-level indicators, such as educational expenditure and R&D expenditure. Also, the educational expenditure per student. We hope that these second-level indicators can measure the first-level indicators more specifically. And to measure the material input investment, we use the fixed asset value and the fixed asset value per student. Okay, also the data is mainly come from the China's statistics yearbook, China National Education Statistics Yearbook, and China Education Funding Statistics Yearbook. Just because the unit magnitude of each factor is different, so we used the Z-score standardized method to make the data of each indicator comparable. And this process is performed by SPSS software. Okay, in order to describe the relationship between the regional innovation and the innovation level and the impact of higher education, we conducted the moment correlation analysis of person at first, and the analysis result shows that the correlation coefficients of human investment, financial investment, material investment, and regional capabilities are 0.798, 0.736, and 0.825, which all reach a significant level of 0.01, indicating that higher education is highly positively correlated with urban innovation. Therefore, higher education has a significant positive effect on the regional innovation. And then we analyzed the 10 factors of higher education investment and the Regional Innovation Index to review which element of higher education investment have a great significance to innovation. The result shows that all indicators of higher education investment and regional innovation index are positively correlated, but the degree of the correlation is different. Secondly, the influence on the proportion of full-time teachers with deputy, senior title or above is relatively small. Secondly, and thirdly, the correlation coefficient of R&D expenditures is higher when compared with education expenditures. But finally, the correlation efficiency between the school's fixed and asset value and the innovation is as high as 0.832. And in order to find out the specific relationship between the variables correlated with the regional innovation capability, we just conducted the correlation analysis. And the result is as shown in Table 2. The R equals 0.848, indicating the correlation between the independent variable and the dependent variable. And the R equals 0.719 explains 71.9% of the change is the dependent variable of the regression equation. And the result of collinearity diagnosis can be just that there is no problem with multicollinearity because the VIF are both less than 10. The DW value is 1.78, which is close to 2, indicating that the model does not have the autocorrelation, and there is no correlation between the sample data. And then when testing the F value of model, it was found that the model passed the F test. F equals 16.665. The P value is less than 0.05, indicating that at least one of human investment, financial investment, and material investment has an impact on regional innovation. All variables showed positive significance. With the increase in human investment, capital investment, and material investment in the higher education, regional innovation capabilities have been significantly improved, especially material innovation. For every 1% increase in innovation, regional input, regional innovation capabilities will increase by 0.65 percentage points. The increase in the number of universities improves the environment for innovation and development. Okay, then we will talk about the conclusions and recommendations of this research. Actually, through the data analyst, we can draw some conclusions. Firstly, the level of R&D investment in regional higher education is closely related to innovation capabilities. The internal expenditures of university R&D funds can reflect the teaching quality of universities in the region to a certain extent. This is because the training of specific and technological talent and R&D in innovation activities in universities requires a large amount of funds. Therefore, the higher the internal R&D expenditures of universities and colleges, the more optimized this scientific and technological innovation talent and scientific and technological innovation achievements in the region will be, which will also promote the efficiency of scientific and technological innovation in the region. Secondly, sufficient scientific and educational resources are the advantage of regional innovation. At present, the unbalanced allocation of science and education resources in China has caused great challenges in catching up the cooperation in undeveloped regions. However, rich scientific and educational resources are separated from local innovation, and regional innovation capabilities are gradually polarized or even solidified in the face of the polarization challenge of regional innovation. How to fully and effectively promote the flow and the sharing of scientific and educational resources within the region and achieve regional coordinated development is a key to enhancing regional environment innovation capabilities. Certainly, compared with the developed countries, China's higher education undertakings still lag far behind. In the new development period, it has established an innovation-driven development strategy, which puts forward higher requirements for the optimizing the hierarchical structure of higher education and promoting the quality of talent training in universities. China must adapt to the challenge in education and promoting the quality of talent training in universities. China must generally increasing the proportion of high-level talent such as masters, doctors, and focus on the higher education, thus heightening the cultivation of innovation talent, especially top-notch talent, while strengthening the level of popularization of higher education. It must strengthen the construction of first-class university and first-class disciplines, promote a number of high-level universities and disciplines to enter the world's most popular forefront, enhance the comprehensive strength and international competitiveness. And it should be noted that this paper discusses only the general law of higher education investment for innovation, but the level of high education investment is not the only factor that determines the level of innovation. So, there is some special cases have undertaken outside the law. In some province, the level of innovation is quite different. So what are the factors that have caused these gaps? It's essential to obtain scientific answers with in-depth research. Also, it can be in-depth research in the future. Okay, today our presentation is okay. My presentation is out for there. Thanks for your listening, and I hope you can have a nice day. Thank you.